In the 48 races held at Spa between 1950 and 2015, the race winner has only started from pole position on 16 occasions. Qualifying yesterday may have set the order for today, but expect the unexpected here at the Belgian Grand Prix. As the saying goes, of course, anything can happen. And you know what? It usually does. Spa-Francorchamps today, a circuit that spans 4.35 miles. There are tons of elevation changes along the way too. 19 corners making up this circuit, with 9 of those to the right and the remaining 10 to the left. This track is a great one for fans of pure speed. The average lap speed comes close to a whopping 145 miles an hour. Anthony Davidson, a very warm welcome to you as you join me in the commentary box for today's event. Let's talk about Nielsen. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
It's been a really solid year so far. There have been some incredible standout performances, but what's really impressed me has been the consistency. With this kind of form, I'm expecting another great race today.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Nielsen lines up on pole position, and starting alongside is Lucas Faber. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Bottas, Devon Butler and Vettel, Leclerc, Magnussen, Grosjean and Lewis Hamilton. Verstappen, they've taken a grid penalty. Ricciardo, Lando Norris and Gasly, Sainz, Hülkenberg, Kimi Raikkonen and Lance Stroll. Fiat and Sergio Perez completes our grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, La Source is always pretty tight, but we've got a clear run. Remember the runoff if you need it. Okay, go through all the gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with the revs. Think we may see some rain. ETA is about 15 minutes. Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch. position. Suggests some weather is going to hit in around 5 minutes time, so stay on your toes. Dries seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Russell is behind you. The gap is less than a second. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 2 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 46.8. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs. Russell behind. Less than a second separate you. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:47.0. Moving to mix 2, fuel to mix 2. Got that confirmed. Box, quicker strategy option. Understood, copy that. Strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, the stewards have now disabled DRS. DRS is now disabled. Seconds. They're on old softs. Stroll is behind you. The gap behind us is... Fantastic! You've won the Grand Prix!
Red Bull pulling out all the stops today. What a great win. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, keeping their tyre temperatures up in the tricky wet conditions was really important. There's not much grip out there at the best of times, and it's 10 times worse if you're out there on cold tyres. So the way they kept the rubber in its proper operating window was a huge advantage today.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. It's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be proud of the victory they secured here. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Nielsen increases their championship lead. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Max Verstappen seemed to just effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care in the world. He was definitely my driver of choice.
Let's move on to the